there's not much to be said that hasn't been said already from other channels and other people in the YouTube space and online, all that sort of stuff. But I mean, when you look at it in context with what's been happening in the last week, the last few days specifically, this game, obviously the first one back at Anfield, first Liverpool game since Klopp announced he's leaving at the end of the season, was always going to be a questionable one. Okay, it's a fifth round FA Cup match. Okay, it's against Norwich, who have been a yo-yo team in the Premier League, out of the Premier League over the last 10 years, but they're still a decent side. Obviously against David Wagner, who is Klopp's one of his best friends and his best man, or someone's best man for their wedding. And, they've had their tussles in the past, but it was always going to be a weird one. And I think you could see, if I just cross over here, I won't play it, but I shall play it without the audio. And it says here, Klopp looks visibly emotional as You'll Never Walk Alone plays around Anfield, which obviously it is going to hit him in a way. And you can just tell it's like, a lot of people are saying like maybe he's thinking again, regretting. It's like, no, he just knows that he's going to miss this place after what he's built, what he's achieved over the last 8-9 years. And again, a lot of people are saying, Klopp should have had more. And even in my last video, I said Klopp deserved more in the league. He should have at least had minimum two Premier Leagues, minimum 2 Champions Leagues, got the FA Cup, got the Carabao, got the Club World Cup, got the Super Cup. But would have been nice to have hit doubles in the Premier League and Champions League, but it wasn't to be. But still got us to plenty of finals. Again, 1 point away from a couple of Premier Leagues against City. Of course, you're playing against City, and in this Pep/Klopp era, whatever people want to call it, Klopp has been the only one to really upstage Pep and really be the challenger. And a lot of people have said, who's going to challenge when Klopp is gone? And we'll soon find out, I suppose. But it was nice to see the crowd in full swing, full support, and this is where now I can, leave the Klopp bit there and go into the team for the game, because we did start with a few different players and a lot of players coming back as well. So Alisson in goals for the FA Cups as opposed to Kelleher, who's for the Carabao. We had Gomez at left back, we had Kwanzaa and Kanate at centre back, and Bradley, wow, 2 assists. What a cracking few games this man's had in place of Trent Alexander-Arnold. So, man, we always thought about, we need a replacement right back. What happens if Trent gets injured or whatever? And a lot of people are saying, well, Gomez is left back cover, but he's also centre back cover. So he can cover 3 positions. Ultimately, you don't want to have a player to do that. But if Bradley can fit in and play where Trent's playing and play in the same way, similar fashion, where he's high up the pitch, hustling hard, attacking the opposition, getting the ball high in the opposition's, deep in the opposition half, and run forward and spring a pass on, by all means, bring it on, I say. So he has had a great few games in Trent's absence. Kanate coming off in the 55th minute, just resting, because we have Chelsea in a couple of days' time. Van Dijk coming on, getting himself a goal as well. Cracking header from a lovely corner from Szoboszlai, again back from injury with a corner, got himself an assist. So that was good. Kwanzaa getting the minutes into his legs again, because you probably think he might not play against Chelsea. It'll be Kanate and Van Dijk, but off the bench, not a bad option. Jones, again, getting himself a goal. A lovely ball from McConnell, and he also solid game. According to FootMob, he had an 8 out of 10 game, and that ball over the top was just pure delight. Just looked up, saw it, just pinged it across, just floated nicely. Jones back post, bang across the keeper's path into the back of net for the 1-0. So solid game from McConnell. He got subbed as well. I think Diaz came on at that point. Jones came off, and I think Szoboszlai must have come on for him. Gravenberch played the whole 90 minutes. He was man of the match, according to FootMob. Got himself an 8.7. Got himself a goal at the end of the game as well. Fiery ball in from Bradley, where Gravenberch got his head to it. So not a bad return. And for a player that was said to have been, not good enough or, lacking. I did in one of my previous videos talking about people who they write players off too easily. Like, you have to hit the ground running. If you don't hit the ground running, like, you're shit, you're not good enough. It's like, man, these players sometimes need a little bit of time to adjust. It's not as simple as just, you're in the team and, get cracking with it. So it doesn't always work that way. But I had a few duels won here. He had a couple of interceptions, defensive work as well. Got a few tackles in there. Got himself his goal. Lost the ball a couple of times. Touched in the opposition box. He missed a couple of big chances though. I did see there was one, I think he fizzed it at the keeper or he went wide or something, but created 2 chances himself. And, a solid output, solid return, 4 shots, 1 goal. I don't know if he would be the man of the match. I probably would have thought maybe he would have given it to perhaps Bradley. I thought Bradley was fantastic, but not by much. Maybe the goal might have tipped him over. But then in the front line, you had Gakpo, Nunez, and Jota. Nunez and Jota getting themselves a goal each. Nunez, smacking that post outside of the foot, pressing high, winning the ball from a turnover, cutting inside off that right, bang, from the left side. Even though he's playing centrally, still you can see he's still able to shoot from anywhere in and around the box and be dangerous. Arguably could have had himself another goal perhaps, but 1 goal, it's not bad. It's another goal added to the GA for the season for Darwizi. Long may it continue, got himself a rest as well, coming off in the 66th minute, so you probably say he's going to start against Chelsea as well. Jota, his goal, clinical striker as is, and I did see there is a stat somewhere here. I was looking through, and this account here says, forever glad that Timo rejected Liverpool, because back in September 19th of 2020, says, so you're telling me Liverpool decided not to sign Timo Werner due to the $47 million fee, who scored 28 goals and got 8 assists last season, but have now agreed a $45 million fee to sign Diogo Jota, who scored 7 goals and got 1 assist. Timo rejected Liverpool. And then I simply just did a comparison in those years, the 2021 to 2022 season, when Werner was here for Chelsea, when Jota was playing for Liverpool. Almost the same amount of appearances, 24 goals and 4 assists for Jota, 10 goals, 9 assists for Werner. So obviously the assisting looks better when it's almost level. But, 28 GA as opposed to 19 GA, I'll take it. Not a bad return at all. And shout out to the people that are liking the post as well. Just a simple little search function there. So not a bad return for Diogo Jota, getting himself goals. A lot of people said he's the most clinical striker in the squad, and he doesn't need much. He really does not need much. 7 shots, got himself the goal. I think he had, how many shots did he have on target? So 2 shots on target out of the 7. So it's not the worst, but even in FIFA when you play a career mode, they say get about 30%, 25% shot accuracy, goals to shots or something to that effect, or shots to accuracy. So not a bad return, but again, he is arguably our best finisher. Gakpo, watching the highlights, I didn't think it was that bad. Could have been better. There was just floating so many balls into that back post, just overhit, too high, blocked by the defender, trying a little bit too much. Again, played the whole 90 minutes. Maybe that's lazy there. Maybe say he's going to rest for Chelsea or start on the bench. Who knows? Because on the bench, as I said, we had a whole bunch of players coming back. Szoboszlai came back with the assist from the corner. Robertson came back after, 3 months out, 2 months out, whatever it's been. Van Dijk got himself a bullet header. Trent coming back as well. And Diaz just getting some minutes into the legs. So not a bad return for the players coming into the squad. And look, you can say it's Norwich, it's in an FA Cup, 4th round, whatever. But again, the circumstances revolving this in the grand context, grand scheme of things. Klopp leaving, first game since the news, whole of Anfield behind us, and a lot of people have said this team needs to go out there and play their arse off every single match, so Klopp goes out on a high. 2 out of 4 will not be bad at all. I'm expecting to win at least 2 things this season out of the 4 things we're in. Premier League, it's an outside chance, even for me, which I don't think we're going to win it. One can dream. I do think it's an outside chance. Carabao Cup possibly can beat Chelsea in a final. As we've seen, we've had many draws against Chelsea recently, and we are playing them as well in a couple of days' time, which I'll get to in a sec before I end this video. But they win the last 16 of the Europa League, and also progressing in the FA Cup. So there's still chances to win a couple of things, not just the Carabao Cup. And I was watching El Ahwa from This Is Football. Shout out to Hassam and the team over there, and Staffy was having it out with Ziad. Staffy being the Manchester United fan, Ziad being the Chelsea fan, and basically Ziad flip-flopping and being a hypocrite and saying, it's go to a final, it's okay, whatever, it's progress, but then it's not progress for him and Chelsea if they go to a final, but they're not making top 4. You make of that what you will. And I've always maintained, if you win a trophy. If you have silverware, your name is on a trophy at the end of the season. That's not a bad season. It's arguably more successful than just finishing top 4 with nothing. Yes, finishing top 4, get a high finish position. You get a bit more money into the team for qualifying for the Champions League, and you get Champions League football, but you haven't won anything. You finish top 4 and you win something, fantastic. You finish outside of the top 4, but you've got silverware. Not a bad season. Of course, after all, as Liga wants to keep on reminding everybody, football is about winning, and you need to be winning silverware. It's all about winning your trophies. And as I said, we need to win trophies. Chelsea need to win something. And if Poch wins something before Postecoglou does, Chelsea fans are going to have an absolute field day with that. But in saying that, we are now taking on Chelsea in a day or two's time. And look, it's against Chelsea, it's always one of those matches where you just don't know what's going to happen, but ultimately you know it's going to end up in a draw. And a lot of people are banking on this being a draw. Paul Tierney, of course, being the referee for this one here, so that's going to be fantastic. Obviously, Endo is out with Japan. Salah is now eliminated from the African Cup of Nations with Egypt, but he's in Liverpool with his recovery, so I expect him to miss this game, probably be back for Arsenal, maybe a slight outside chance. A lot of people are saying he's going to be out till at least the end of February, so maybe we won't see Salah, but hey, we've had all these players back. I am not complaining at all. Matip obviously out. Tsimikas coming back with his collarbone injury. Bajcetic and Alcantara, or Thiago, I should say, on the way back, hopefully soon. And you look at the list of injuries for Chelsea. I mean, Nkunku is apparently a few days away, but no one knows when exactly. Malagusto is a doubt, but he probably will play. Cucurella's out. Reece James is done with his hammy, as everyone knows. Their goalkeeper is a doubt. Maybe Petrovic might continue playing in goals. Lavia, they don't know when Lavia is going to start. I saw something on Twitter saying there's no ETA on Lavia's return at the moment. Like, why the hell did Chelsea buy this player? Chalobah's, a few days away. Fofana's gone as well. And Nicholas Jackson, Action Jackson, is at the African Cup of Nations as well. So, it's going to be one of those games. But, if I just want to go back and just show you just the squad again we have available, again, all these players are available. Alisson, Gomez, Kwanzaa, Konate, Connor Bradley, even though you think Trent's going to probably start most likely against Chelsea. But Curtis Jones being brilliant this season. McConnell coming in with a bit of a cameo. He'll probably be on the bench or maybe be in the reserves for this game, because it is a Premier League clash. Gravenberch got himself a goal, maybe a bit of confidence going into this one, whether he starts or is on the bench. But then we also have Gakpo, Nunez with the goal, Jota with the goal, and then we see Solskjaer coming back with an assist. Robertson back, you probably say he'll be on the bench. Probably Gomez will start at left back, I would think. Van Dijk obviously coming back into the team, starting in this game here after coming off the bench with the goal. Trent, as I mentioned, Diaz as well. Not a bad thing at all. Not a bad thing to be a Liverpool fan right now. But again, the final when we take on Chelsea at the end of February is not going to be the same as a Premier League match. We need to win to keep momentum and remain first place, because if we drop points here and City end up winning their game in hand against Bournemouth or Brentford, whatever it is, then it's 2 points. Or it could be 3 points, for example, if we draw. If we lose, then it could be down to 2 points. And then it's pretty much anyone's game at that point. So you need to win, get your 3 points in, and just maintain position. Obviously, Chelsea are looking to also maintain their climb back up into the fold to get to this top 6, top 4 finish, because they're down there in 9th, and a win would take them above United and Brighton and Hove Albion, just behind West Ham in 6th, so they could move up to 7th depending on the result there. But as you saw it there, we need the points so we can maintain our charge. A win gets to 51, and even City with their game in hand only to 46. So it's not going to be the worst thing, but you do want to win all your matches, because as we've seen with Klopp in this City team over the last 9 years, a draw isn't good enough. Every point matters. We've lost by 1 point on 2 occasions. One went down to the last game of the season, and it is difficult, but that's it for this video. Thank you for watching, I should say. And up Liverpool, and 3 points at home to Chelsea. Surely we're going to be beating them. And then we have a bit of a break. And then we got, let's say a bit of a break, a few days. And then we're taking on Arsenal, which will be a very tasty affair because they're also hunting down that top finish as well.